Hello, welcome to the GoJoe video blog update. I'm Joe Child. Thanks for watching. Well, we're approaching mid-August and we still have interest rates that are down there in the low 5% range. Looks like FHA is the bomb these days, almost 3-to-1 over conventional loans, and that is largely due to the legislative changes that have affected the conventional loans. So FHA loans, even though the interest rates are slightly higher, are taking the bulk of the originations these days. This week, FHA loans still in that 5.25% to 5.5% range, with points between a half and 1 point, depending on the day. Conventional loans still about 0.25% lower than that, around 5 1/8. Still writing some contracts in the high 4% range if you're paying points. Now, does that mean that if you locked into a loan or maybe closed on a transaction with rates that were a little bit higher than that, that you made the wrong move? No, it doesn't. This is a very, very volatile market. My advice, as it has been for the last several weeks, is when in doubt, lock in the loan. We are seeing swings in the marketplace within 1 hour on any given day that could mean as much as 0.25% to the interest rate. That's a very volatile market. I don't care how long you've been in the market. That's too tough to call. If you're comfortable, it's an affordable payment. You like the fixed rates. Just think where you would have been a year ago if you were shopping for a house or buying a house or refinancing then, and how happy you would have been with 6.25%. So I know it sounds repetitive, seems week after week when I'm doing my posts and video updates. I keep talking about interest rates in the low 5% range. It's not going to last. Don't get too comfortable. We still have the approaching deadline on the recent home buyer $8,000 tax credit. That's a great incentive. You need to get moving on that if you haven't already, because there's not that much time left. And that brings us to the subject for today, which is the new disclosure laws that we're dealing with in the industry. The MDIA, Mortgage Disclosure Improvement Act, well-intended, as much of the federal legislation coming out of the stimulus package and the housing market woes is intended to be. But like much of the legislation, it is creating some delays, and those delays can be very frustrating. Not so much for new home buyers who don't have much to compare it to if you're a first-time home buyer, but if you're a buyer who's been through the process before or has refinanced before, and you're going into the process again in the summer of 2009, it's going to feel different. There are some unanticipated delays as the lenders get used to this new disclosure rulings, the new rules of the game, so to speak. And there are some delays that are built into the process. Disclosure delays that are related to mail, receipt, and return of disclosures, including any changes to disclosure that exceed 1/8% in interest or $100 in costs. And for those of you who have been through the process before, it is very tough to call closing costs within $100 on the front end of an application. And many borrowers, when they are going into the loan application process, don't know what their interest rate is, because they are either floating, playing the market, or they haven't decided which type of loan product they want, fixed, adjustable, etc. And these things can affect what will now be required re-disclosure on transactions moving forward. So there's a little bit more in today's blog, which is right down below, and that brings up the subject of archives in my blog. I've gotten some mail recently, and some email as well, that's asking me about things that I've either mentioned in posts or done a video clip of recently, and those are all archived in the blog at blog.gojoechild.com. Just pick the subject and either scroll down in the list of posts and find what you're looking for. If it's something specifically related to a marketing tip, It is probably in the Try This Instead feature. So just look for the blue Try This Instead logo, which I believe is right there. And there are some other hyperlink logos as well. It'll take you directly to those documents, and you can look at those and print those out if you so desire. So make use of the archives in the blog. Again, I thank you for watching. I want your business. I'll do my best to show you something that maybe you haven't seen before that'll make all the difference in the world. We'll see you soon.